friends. You know how when you open your door to your car on a hot summer day, it's like swelteringly hot in there? So hot that you almost like instantly start sweating when you get in there? Well, have you ever thought to yourself, man, it's probably hot enough to cook some food in here. Let's do an experiment today and find out. Okay friends, so here's what I'm going to be attempting to cook in my car. The first thing is going to be just some regular ordinary rice. We buy this in a giant bag from a bulk store because it's much cheaper that way. So I'm going to be making just like, I don't know, a serving or so of that. The next thing is going to be some eggs. I'm just going to try and hard cook these or hard boil them, but without boiling them. I like to do that in my regular sun oven in some black pans, and so I think that'll work out pretty well. I am going to be doing small eggs. These are from my Silky Hen, and these are definitely more of a small size egg, so I figured they would probably cook a little bit faster and better if I chose to do some small ones. And then some cookies. I'm going to try and put these maybe on a black shake baking sheet. I'm only going to do like 3 or so, not the whole package, just to be because it's, you know, an experiment. We don't want to go all out here. And so I know that it says that it needs to be heated to 350 in an oven. Oh, you know what? This isn't going to work. It says do not eat raw cookie dough. So that means this is not safe to eat unless it's reaching a proper food temperature. And so I'm going to have to find something else instead. Okay, plan B. Here's what we're going to do instead. Because I really wanted to simulate baking something that would normally get baked in an oven, we're going to make baked oatmeal. So I'm going to do it in these small little pans. Obviously, this is just an experiment, so I don't want to waste too much food if it doesn't work out. And so I'm going to make it in one of the pans. And then when you cook things in a sun oven, it really helps to have something over the top to sort of keep the heat in. And so I'll do the double pan thing just like I am with the eggs here to sort of simulate that oven effect. Okay, so here's my car. As you can see, it is parked in full sun. It is about 12:45 in the early afternoon here, which is pretty ideal because the sun is like directly overhead. However, my car is white, so white cars obviously reflect more sun than other cars. I do, however, do not have tinted windows, and so that does kind of make it hotter inside. So maybe between the two of those, it does kind of balance out. So what I have done here is I have put them on my dashboard. So as you can see, we have the eggs, we have the rice in there. It's just water in the rice right now. And then the baked oatmeal in there. And I have all my windows up. I'm just going to leave it here until, oh, probably an hour or so. And then I'll probably try and get in there really quickly so as not to let out any of the hot air, and then check on things to see how they are going. Okay, so it's been an hour and a half because I actually forgot about it. Oops. And so yeah, I did, after I put the food in here, come back and add a thermometer so that we could know about how warm it was in the car. Hopefully you can see this, but it's coming in at about 140 degrees in there. Right now the rice is still quite wet. The rice hasn't really cooked very much at all. I'm not real hopeful that the egg is going to be done, and since I don't want to, you know, start shelling it and then end up with a mess, I'm going to go ahead and leave that for a bit longer. I think the only thing I'm going to check on right now is the oatmeal, so I'm just going to open the door really quick, grab it out, and then we'll check it out. Okay, so here it is. I didn't show it what it looked like in the beginning, but it was quite wet. And this actually looks like it's pretty decently cooked, to be honest with you. I'm not sure how warm it is. Actually, I'm going to take a bite really quick, and then we're going to see how warm it is. If I can do this one-handed. There we go. Oh, yeah. That actually worked really good. It's warm. It's soft. It tastes good. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how well that actually worked. So far, the oatmeal is the only yes, and then we're going to go ahead and leave this in here for a bit longer and see if the rest of this can turn out just with more time. Hey kiddo, you want to try some of this oatmeal I cooked in the car?
Sure.
Alright, give it a shot. Is it pretty hot?
Yeah, it is.
So I know I made it a little too sweet, but other than that, how's that? What do you think? Did that work out?
Yes.
I think it worked.
It's good.
It's pretty warm too, huh? Mm-hmm. It's almost like you made it on the stove.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's good.
Okay, it has now been 3 hours since I put the food in there. It is 3:30 in the afternoon, and as you can see, hopefully, It is now 150 degrees in the car. So it's ticked up slightly ever since we started. The rice, however, does not look like it's improving much. It is still quite wet and just doesn't look like it's cooking all around. But I'm gonna go ahead and fetch the eggs out, and then we're gonna peel one and see if it's any good. Okay, so here's what they look like. Pretty much exactly like they did before. This one is a little bit cracked, so I wonder if that had anything to do with being in the car. And they are very warm. Like, putting them in my hands, I can barely hold them without getting burnt. Okay, I just started peeling and I can already tell that it is extremely soft. Like, this is not like a hard cooked egg whatsoever. It is very mushy, gushy, and you can tell it's kind of like half cooked at the very best. So I'm gonna say the eggs need either more time, or perhaps this isn't even gonna work. I'm gonna go ahead and throw them back in the car and maybe even wait until the end of the day, and then we'll see if by the end of the day they can cook all the way. Okay, it is now about 5 o'clock, and now it's like at 1:20, I wanna say. So it's definitely not going to get warm enough, I think, to finish out cooking up these eggs. And it's definitely not going to be warm enough to finish cooking this rice either. Yep, the egg is exactly like it was before, absolutely no different. And the rice is definitely not done. Definitely way too soupy. So I'm gonna say that this is a fail. Cooking with your car does not work. Well, anyway, thanks for watching the video. See you next time.